Most people spend their whole lives chasing money, but money was never the problem. It was the thermostat inside of them, that invisible setting that decides how much you earn, how much you keep, and how much you believe you deserve. You see, everybody's born with one, a financial thermostat, set by childhood, by fear, by what the world told you was enough. And no matter how hard you work, you'll always come back to what feels comfortable. Make more than your mind believes you can handle, you'll find a way to lose it. Make less, you'll fight to rise again. Because it's not about income, it's about identity. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. The rich don't chase wealth, they rise their thermostat. They expand their comfort with abundance until money simply matches who they've become. So if you're still chasing, stop. Stop running after what's outside of you and start upgrading what's inside of you. Because when you master the thermostat, you don't just change your bank account, you change your destiny. GC, what's up? What's going on? I want to welcome you guys to a special edition of In Motion. I'm going to record this session. I want you guys to immerse yourself in this session. I want you guys to re-watch this session. It's going to change your paradigm of thinking. I'm going to break right into it right here because I really want you guys to get this information. I consider it one of the biggest kept secrets. It's something all top earners do, and they just don't talk about it. So let's talk about it. So I'm going to open up my slides. I'm going to read off the first thing, then I'm going to talk about it, and then we're going to kind of do some skill testing in between. And of course, this is recorded, so you can stop, you can play, you can rewind, you can do what you do with it, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is this. You can't out-earn your self-image. You can never out-earn your self-image. What you perceive yourself to be is a direct reflection of what other people perceive you to be. So if you think you're a winner, people think you're a winner. If you think you're a loser, people think you're a loser. You can't out-earn internally what you think you are in your head. And this is a big thing for a lot of people. I'll tell you why. People immediately, when they see something like network marketing or trading, they say, I can't do that. I'm not smart enough for that. I don't have enough money for that. You're immediately telling yourself, this is how I see in this box. I can't see outside of this box. Therefore, everything will reset back to zero. If you can't see yourself at a higher level, at a higher standard, you will always see yourself inside of this box. And that's typically what happens with a lot of people who can't win, who can't rank up, who can't trade, who can't gain, who can't profit. Everything's bad. Everything's I'm down on my luck. Everything's I could never win. Everything's just not for me. And this is the issue. When you learn to recreate your self-image and see yourself as a higher power, everything changes. Now, this is not some magic. This is not some voodoo. This is real SHIT. If you ever look at one of the top earners, we can use Rakan as an example. He references this stuff a lot. I am the top earner. I am the winner. You can't beat me. I'm gonna make 100 million. I am this person. GC will do. He talks from this perspective because that's how he sees himself. That's how he sees GC. That's how he sees the whole entire organization. Therefore, it's going to work the way he believes, because his self-image is so powerful. You guys have never heard me say in a chat group, I'm sick, I'm tired, I can't be bothered, I'm lazy, I don't know, I'm not sure. It's always, yes, I can do it. Yes, I'm great at it. Yes, I'm fast at it. Yes, I'll do it better than you. Yes, we are the best. Like, I'm always talking from that point of view, and that's what gives me my power, right? My self-image. I see myself as a king. I see myself as a champion. I see myself as a multi-billionaire, right? Some of these things I get, they're kind of outlandish, but the more you can kind of shift your self-image, the more you can attract. Sounds crazy, but it's true. So the more you win, the more you rank, the more you trade and profit and gain and all this stuff. It's probably because you see yourself in this higher image, right? Now, if you can't do that, the times you do win, the times you do rank, you're going to self-sabotage yourself. You always go back to zero. So I don't know if you guys have ever noticed people that get up, right? Get up in money, get up in power, get up in respect, get up in rank, get up in whatever. And then they go right back down again. It's because their self-image goes back to what it is that they naturally believe they are. Now, what is this called? This is called a thermostat. So think of a thermostat in a room. I got one right here. It's set to 22. I like it at 22. That's my comfort zone. Any hotter than that, I'm too hot. Any colder than that, I'm too cold, right? So there is a financial thermostat, and your financial thermostat is basically your internal comfort zone for money, your subconscious limit to how much wealth or success you believe you could have or handle in a way, right? So just like a room keeps the temperature a certain level, your mind regulates your finances back to whatever amount feels familiar or safe. So if I give you 100,000, some people would be like, okay, I know what to do with it. I'm good with it. I've seen it before. I've been here before. I've spent that before. I've made it back before. And they're okay. You give it to some people, they lose their mind. This is why you see a lot of people, celebrities, famous people, they make a lot of money and they go to like drugs and they got to do rehab and their life goes upside down because they can't handle their financial thermostat wasn't ready. Funny enough, if you look at a lot of athletes, why do a lot of athletes go broke? Because their financial thermostat was broke, busted, and disgusted, and some organization give them like $20 million. Of course, it's not going to regulate very well. Of course, it's not going to operate very well, right? So this is why you've got to gauge your financial thermostat and you got to kind of figure out where you are. And then we got to figure out how to grow it, which is what this call is about. Some of you guys have such a small financial thermostat that you can't trade. Trading is just never going to work for you. Because the minute you make a little profit, you get greedy, you get upset, you get this, you get this, you get happy, you get sad, you get this, and this, and this, and this. And it just conflicts you growing an account. You get too happy and you get too sad. You get both. You get bipolar, right? And it's the same with network marketing. You grow a little team, you're in charge of like 4 or 5 people, and you can't handle it, and it's power, and they like me, and I'm a mentor, and you can't tell me what to do. Now I'm going to do what I want to do. And that whole thing just collapses on your head. Your financial thermostat, you wasn't ready. Let's talk about ranks. Some people hit IPA and go all the way back down to global. Why? Because their financial thermostat couldn't handle 10,000 a month. This is what it is. So I want you guys to really, dissect the craziness that I'm saying, but there's a real message in here. And you've got to really understand the financial thermostat is set by these things. Let's talk about it. What you heard as a child. Matter of fact, the minute somebody says something's a scam, I know how they were raised. Their mom told them money doesn't grow on trees and money's the root of all evil and don't talk to strangers and everybody's this and rich people are all bad and da-da-da-da-da-da. There's no such thing as easy in this world. You got to work. You got to get your hands dirty. These are the type of people that say scam because they were raised this way. The financial thermostat is so small that when you tell them make 100,000 a month, they're like scammer, illegal, bad. You're going to hell. It's because they were raised this way. Okay. So that's part of your financial thermostat, your environment, the average income of who's around you. I don't be hanging out with no broke people. I'm sorry. It's what it is. I can't hang around you if you too broke. I just can't. You're gonna affect the temperature of my thermostat. You're gonna make me feel like you are normal and I'm weird. Have you ever hung out with some really cheap people and they had you thinking like you're bougie? No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's bad. And I'm telling you, your environment affects this temperature wildly. So sometimes you got to get around the mentors. Sometimes you got to get around, somebody that's doing better than you. Why? Because if you keep hanging out with these people that think everything is bougie and everything's out of reach and everything's a scam and everything's this and that, you're always going to have a low thermostat. You're always going to be freezing. It's what it is, right? Your self-worth. What do you feel like you deserve? Trust me on this one. There are people that feel like they don't deserve to live in Dubai. They don't deserve to live in a penthouse. They don't deserve to have a mansion. They don't deserve to have Bentleys and Hermes bags. They don't feel like they deserve it. So they justify it. Oh, I don't like that stuff. Liar. Yes, you do like that stuff. Yes, you do like that stuff. You just feel like you don't deserve it. So you kind of govern yourself to, I don't know, it's not me. Yes, it is you. Quality of life is you. Better food is you, right? It's everybody. But people have this thermostat that limits their ability to feel like they're worthy. I feel like I'm worthy of everything. I walk into a store, I'm like, damn, I'm worthy of this, I'm worthy of that, man. I should have this, I should have that. Like a new model of a car comes out, I'd be like, I deserve that. I see a bigger house, I deserve that. I should have that. I'm gonna have that. Like it's just a natural reaction, right? When we're like looking at the rank advancement chart and we're picking out where we want to be, you got someone like Rakan who's like, I'm gonna make 100 million. That's not even on the rank advancement damn sheet. There's no rank for that. But he, in his mind, his thermostat, his self-worth is like way up. And this is why he can absolutely destroy this comp plan. It's because his self-worth is out of here. It's on the moon. So this is something I want you to consciously think about. The next time you walk into something or see something and you idolize somebody else and you say, well, I could never have that. That's the reason you don't have that. Experience past wins and losses. This affects your finance. If you've been hurt a lot in your life, they say hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. If you've been in like 3-4 bad relationships, you think like all men ain't shit. Vice versa. If men been 3-4 bad relationships, all women ain't shit. It's what it is. I knew I had to cuss somewhere on this call. That's what it is, right? But that also goes with trading. Some people like do 2-3 bad trades and they're like, trading's not for me. It's because your thermostat set to your past wins or your past losses. So I had a great, phenomenal time when I came into network marketing. I was like, okay, I can talk to this guy, this girl. They're going to come to my event. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to make them laugh. They're going to sign up. I'm going to get on stage. I'm going to make all this. Like my experience was like, this isn't obvious. This is easy. Some people had horrific experiences. They came in and they did this, they did that. They lost this, they lost that. They lost friends. They lost money. They blah, 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 blah. So they judge everything else going forward based on that. And again, this kind of goes back to what I was saying in the beginning about how you were raised in your house. If you were applauded for trying things and being creative and, not following the norm, you're probably going to be like that when you grow up. If you were like smacked, if you were like cussed out for trying new things or being the outcast, you're probably going to stay like that too. So your past wins and losses ultimately affect your financial thermostat. Hopefully this is making sense. I know I'm going a little bit everywhere, but there's a theme here. Follow along, right? So here's an exercise, and because it's recorded, you can pause this video and you can answer this. At what level of income do you start to feel guilty, uncomfortable, or unworthy? Think about it. At what level of income do you start to feel guilty, uncomfortable, or unworthy? That's most likely your thermostat. Now, you can lie to us, but you can't lie to your reflection, okay? Don't go and tell me your financial thermostat is $1 million a year when you've never made 10,000 in a month, right? We know that's not your financial thermostat. You can lie to us, but you can't lie to yourself. At what level of income do you start to feel guilty? Have you ever made an extra 10,000 a month, an extra 20,000 a month? How did you feel? What did that make you feel like? Have you ever done a trade and you're like up like 4 or 5 grand? What did that make you feel like? Did you feel uncomfortable? Did you feel unworthy? Did you feel like you didn't have to work for this? Did you feel like, I don't know, maybe my parents worked so hard, so I shouldn't keep this money? I don't know if I deserve this money. Like, this is a really good exercise. I ask myself this all the time. At what level do I get really uncomfortable? I know my level. I'm not going to say it on this call, but I want you to think for yourself at what level, because we got to fix it. So how do we fix it? How do we adjust the thermostat? Well, awareness. You got to acknowledge your current level and you got to be honest with yourself. Again, don't go and say $1 million a year or whatever, blah, 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 unless you're there already or unless you hit it before. Don't say it, right? Talk about something you've done. Acknowledge your current level. Right? They say the first step to healing is acknowledging the issue, right? The issue. What level are you at? I know exactly what level I'm at, right? Reconditioning, rewrite your income story. Start saying, I've always been good. I've always been, I've never had issues I've always been able to figure. When you start talking from this point of view, things start to change. You start to recondition how you think. Like if I ever ask for Khan, and I use Rakan because obviously you guys know him very well. It's easy for me to talk about him. If I ever ask him, do you know how to do this? Oh, yeah, I know how to do this. Oh, yeah, I've done that before. Oh, yeah, I've met that person before. Oh, yeah, this person follows. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Oh, this is easy. He can't help it. He just does this naturally. He's conditioned himself to think he's invincible. He's the richest person. He's the best network marketer. He's the best crypto analyst, like everything about it. Oh, when I was in the gym, I was the da 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 da. But that's a good thing. Some people take that as arrogance. I like that. That's a good thing because that means he's reconditioned himself in a way where he can't really lose. And even when he does lose, it's temporary because in his head, he's like, my story says I'm supposed to win, so therefore I'm going to win. And that is powerful. That is so powerful. I was always telling my teams, we are the number one team. We're like, what do you mean we're the number one team? Kane, we got 4 people. It doesn't matter. We're the number one team with 4 people. Like I didn't care. That was my level in my head. My conditioning in my head was we are number one. We are going to win. We're at the top of the company. We're going to make the most money. We're going to be millionaires. It's all going to be good. We're going to live on the beach, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't get that out of my head. I conditioned myself, hypnotized myself to believe it. Therefore, it came true. We are the number one team. We do have this. We do have the most 6 and 7 figure, blah, blah, blah. Your environment. This is what I was saying on the other slide, right? Spend more time talking and hanging out with people that have a higher thermostat. Go talk to Rakan, go talk to me, go talk to somebody, go talk to your grand upline or whatever. Go talk to people like this because I tell you something, just the way they do things is different. The way they think of problems is different. The way they see the world is just different. It's hard to explain on one call. I wish I could do this in person with all you guys because I have a million examples. But if you get around higher thermostat people, they immediately raise the temperature in the room. Oh, that was a bar. They raise the temperature in the room and you immediately get hot. If you ever get uncomfortable around somebody with more money, it's because they're raising the temperature in the room and you're not used to it. Now, what do you think happens on social media when I post Lamborghinis and I post, all this stuff, or Rakan's posting Ferraris, or I'm posting my villa? People, oh, you're a scammer. You did this and you did that. You know why? Because I'm making them feel uncomfortable. I'm probably the same age as them, maybe a few years older, maybe a few years younger. I'm making them feel uncomfortable because I've raised the damn temperature so much that they have to justify why their thermostat is so cold. Oh, he only did this because he did that. Perfect, right? So that environment is really important. Stretching. Now, this is where we're going to get a little bit sticky, okay? This is going to have some different interpretations of this. This is my interpretation. I believe you need to overspend. Yeah, I said it. I believe you need to overspend a few times in your life. Put yourself in a position of stress. Set and break new barriers. If you always do the same thing, you cannot stretch your thermostat. You can't make more money unless you're spending more money. It's what it is. It sounds crazy, but why would you need to make more money if you're not spending more money? Your house upgrades, your car upgrades, your clothes upgrade, your vacations upgrade, everything upgrades. People say that doesn't happen. It does happen. It does happen. I've never seen a rich person driving a worse car than they had when they were broke. It just doesn't happen. It's lies. It's all lies. Overspend. If you always go to the same restaurant, go to the biggest, most fancy restaurant, go spend $600 on a plate. I know it's bad financial advice, but this is not financial advice. This is mindset advice. Because you spend that 600, you're going to be like, damn, what just happened? I feel guilty. You're going to go home, you're going to lose sleep. I can't believe I just did that. But then you put yourself in a position of stress and it stretches your thermostat because it's something you've done before. So the next time you go out and you see a dish that's like $200, you're like, well, that's not expensive really, because I did 600 before. And it almost makes you like, it almost adjusts your temperature so nothing's as hot anymore. Like I've been in some situations where I thought a hotel, some of these resorts, I should say, not even hotels, like $1,000, $2,000 a night. I was like, damn, that's expensive. And I've done it a few times in Miami. And I'm like, I feel so guilty. I don't even want to go to sleep because I'm like, I want to use this room. I want to use this room service. I want to get my money's worth. Then I came to Dubai and I've seen some places and I've stayed in some places that are like 6,000, 7,000 a night, 10,000 a night. So then when I go look at the ones in Miami for 1,000 a night, I'm like, damn, they're on discount because I've stretched. I know it sounds crazy, y'all. I'm not trying to tell y'all go broke, but just try to hear the message in the message. You have to stretch yourself sometimes. If you always do this, go do that instead. Maybe, if you love to give, like maybe you give really bad Christmas presents. Maybe you give really bad, I hate these people. They give really bad birthday presents. Like you could have just kept that, bro. Go give a better gift. Go stretch. If you feel better because it's giving, then give it. Instead of buying the candles, go buy the damn person an iPhone or a MacBook or something. Stretch it. You're going to be like, why did I do this? Damn, that was so stupid. But then you're going to understand and you're going to receive more because your thermostat is set so much higher. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's what it is, right? The last one, learn to stay calm. Learn to stay calm. Like you panic when you make money and then you panic when you lose money. And it's just a really bad state of being. And your thermostat doesn't like doing this. You got to stay calm. Like when I'm making a lot of money, I'm chill. When I'm losing a lot of money, I'm chill. You wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't know if I lost 50 grand today, I made 50. You wouldn't know the difference. I'm chill. Learn to stay calm. People are too excited and they're too depressed. Thermostat going super Canada, super Dubai, super hot, super cold, right? Can't do that. And then my last point to all of this is you will never rise above the image you hold of yourself. You don't get what you want in this life. You get what you are. This is such a big point, and I don't want you guys just to hear it. I want you to feel it. Let's read that again. You will never rise above the image you hold of yourself. If you think you're a loser, you're a loser. You cannot make money. You cannot train people. You cannot lead people. You cannot elevate. You are a loser internally. Therefore, you're a loser externally. I can't say it any harsher. You don't get what you want in this life. You get what you are. I don't care what your vision board said. The universe don't care what your vision board said. You get what you are. What are you internally? This is why I always say to reps, the rank is externally. The real rank is internally. This is why you have globals and platinum executives that can smack up IPAs and diamonds. Because inside, it's what you truly are. I really wholeheartedly believe I am the best of the best. You put me on stage with any network marketer, public, motivational, blah, 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 pastor, speaker, I will dog walk them on stage. I really believe it. I believed it so much, y'all started to believe it. Everybody started to believe it. And now it's just a thing. Now, can I prove it? No. But it's been working so far. And I'm just saying, it's just one of those things. When I really wanted to learn trading, I said, man, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm going to be one of the best traders in the organization. I started. I believed it. I changed my self-worth, my image. I believed I deserved to make a lot of money trading. I believed I deserved to have that skill set. I became that person in my head, and y'all started to agree with me. Bankers, Kane Strat. I see Kane Strat more in the chat than anything else in the chat. Y'all say more. You say my name more every single day than you do your own name. I'm grateful. I'm thankful, but I'm just saying it's part of this training. It's what it is. Look at the cat looking at the lion. Look at that. That would be like a Rakan, man. He'd be looking in the mirror sometimes. I know he sees the future version of himself. I know it. You ever observe some high thermostat people? Just watch them. They just breathe different. They walk different. They react different. Crazy behavior. Anyways, that's my emotion call. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and rewatch it.